Thanks, Costo. This weekend was round 6 in the NRL NT, and we start to make our way through the draw for the second time. And in the Dabsco Men's Premiership, in the second grand final replay of the season, brothers kept their perfect start to the season intact, racking up the tries to run out winners 58 points to 16 over the Bears. Speaking of racking up the tries, brothers prop Elijah Coombes, he scored 4 of them. The wide-running mobile Coombs was at his destructive best in the big win. And that game also celebrated Caleb Niki's 100th senior game in the Butcher's stripes. At Raiders Park in the Mayor's Cup, the lead changed multiple times throughout the clash before the Raiders built a potential match-winning lead in the second half. However, the 4-1 Sharks, they had other plans. They stormed home in the final minutes. Reece Calkin&rsquo's field goal, the final margin between the two teams. The final score, Sharks 27 defeating the Raiders 26. And in the Chico Motlop Shield, the Nightcliff Dragons, they retained the prestigious shield and scored back-to-back wins, overcoming the South Darwin Rabbitohs 38 points to 14. Now, Costo, just a little bit on Edward Chico Motlop. He was a highly respected Northern Territory Rugby League figure. He played, he coached, he captained teams including Hornets, Wallabies, Navy and Berrima. That was during the 1950s and 60s. And then Chico, he represented the Northern Territory against France in 1964. He won the Best and Fairest award for that season, the Fred Drysdale Medal, and he also received life membership of both the Nightcliff Dragons Rugby League Football Club and the Darwin Rugby League. He became a legendary coach of the Dragons. He led junior and A-grade teams throughout the 70s and 80s. He helped build a culture of loyalty, hard work and success, and that included a premiership in 1987. He then went on to coach the South Darwin Rabbitohs in 1990 and 1991, with the club making finals in both of those seasons, and they actually won the minor premiership in 1990. So Costo, Chico Motlop, a tremendous contributor to both the Dragons and the Rabbitohs, and more broadly, the game of rugby league in the top end. Costo, the ladder in the Dabsco Men's Premiership after round 6, brothers are on top undefeated on 12 points. The Sharks are next on 10. Then we see the Raiders, Dragons and Bears. They're all on 4 points. The Bunnies are down the bottom on 2. Now, next weekend is a bye round in the Dabsco and Truflo Services Premiership. It is a representative weekend, and we'll get to see the NRLW Combine Selection Match. This will be between the Southern Heat and Darwin City. That's in the women's. And in the men's, we'll get to see the Navy Tridents, the ADF Navy Tridents. They will take on Darwin City. So a big weekend of representative football. And that means the Dabsco and Truflo Services men's and women's premierships returns Saturday, 13th of June. And Costo, I'll give you a full wrap up next time we speak.